1.
Baggy Cross. Hi, my name is Anna.
And Peyton.
And today, what are we doing today?
Today, we are back with another NCT 2020 comeback for Resonance Part 2.
So, the comeback we'll be reacting to today is 90s Love. And the members in it are in age order. 10, Winwin, Mark, Jeno, Haechan, Yangyang, and Sungchan, the new baby.
Is there irony that more than half of them were not alive in the 90s?
Literally, how are they gonna do this? But yeah, we've watched the teaser and are very, very excited. So yeah, let's go. Let's go.
It's like every 90s teen movie.
I know. I'm like 90s love. I love 90s like vibe. The snaps. This like this, the beat and everything. The dance circle. Is Canadian Mark excited about the ice hockey? Boombox. Oh, it's like all creepy, you know? Hello. Ooh. Oh my gosh, they made it like a video game. Wait. That's so good. Although like the graphics are obviously much better than like 90s graphics, but still.
Oh, baby.
Oh my gosh.
Oh. Mic drop.
Did he really just say Friends? They're watching Friends. See, it's so creepy. Wait, also, he's singing in this unit instead of rapping.
It's a very rapper-heavy unit.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, the outfits, it's like the Backstreet Boys are in sync.
Right? Oh, but the chorus gets so like, ooh. I guess. Oh, that was so nice. That made me so happy, Peyton. He just went up even more. Wow. Ollie?
Is that the one that's coming out Friday?
Wait, but that's really funny because it was like a turntable.
Clarifying first, one of the reasons that Anna and I are so into this whole like 90s vibe, even though like I was born in 95, she was born in 98, so we're kind of like on the verge of like, do we count as 90s kids? But we both have older siblings that like were very truly 90s kids, 90s teens because of the age gap. And so we grew up with all of like the 90s boy band music and like the video game consoles and like the 90s like hip-hop R&B sound. Like that was the sort of stuff that we remember. So we're like, we feel more like 90s kids than we probably actually are. But that's why we appreciate it so much more. But speaking about 90s, so this is so interesting because the dance is like a case study in 90s dancing, but it was like a very interesting cross between like 90s hip-hop dancing and like 90s boy band dancing, which was so fun. But there were just so many iconic moves. Who knows if anyone will know what I'm talking about if I say them, but there was like heel toe dancing was really big. The butterfly was a huge like leg thing, and it's like the very first thing they do in the circle when Cheno's in the middle. It's like a variant on it. But there are just so many iconic moves that like honestly I don't even know the name for, but when you see them you're just like, oh my god, this is so 90s. And I loved it. And it was the way that they were performing it too, because like we pointed out the very beginning, it's like dance circle, like hyping your friends up, everyone just kind of doing their own thing in the middle. And that's just so, it's not just 90s like music, it's also very like 90s style. Like that's what I imagine in like 90s teen movies, teen like sitcoms, like you see that sort of thing outside of a high school. It's just so fun. But it was interesting too though, because it was very much like 90s forward, 90s style. But when it came to the actual composition of the choreography, you could tell like, oh yes, this is a K-pop song happening in 2020, because there was still the very iconic like dance break. There was like, it was a little bit more choreographed because 90s boy bands weren't quite as choreographed as this. There was a little bit more like walking around and just feeling yourself. It really just reminded me of like NSYNC, Backstreet Boys, New Kids on the Block, especially the dance break. Or the bridge, whenever they switched to the black outfits, I was like, did we just go back in time? What is this? The way that they did both the introductions of the members in the unit and then also the music at the beginning and the dancing at the beginning reminded me so much of like the beginning of a 90s sitcom. I was like, wow, like this is what we're going with. I'm into it. So I really enjoyed it. I'm really excited to listen to it again when we finish filming Anna's turn.
So obviously this was super 90s, like as Peyton was saying. I know I'm just gonna keep talking about it too, but like everything about it, like the song, the music video, the dance, and like references in the lyrics. Now to actually like talk about the song, it was really interesting because when I think about just like the members in this unit, I had expected a lot more rapping. Like I know that this already is like a more rap heavy song, but like, so I had actually been expecting a more like rap speaking chant sort of chorus, and then like the singing would just happen in the pre-chorus and the bridge. Instead, they had like a singing chorus, which I thought was really interesting because like they have so many rappers. Cheno, Yang Yang are the two that stick out in my mind the most because like they are main lead rappers in their respective units, and instead in this song they're singing. So when I saw that in the music video, I was like taken aback, like pleasantly surprised. But it was just like different from what I was expecting. But moving on, so I may have mentioned it, but like the chord progression of the pre-chorus and just like the key that this entire song is in is minor-y, very like putting you on edge, especially the pre-chorus though, because I said it's kind of spooky. Sorry, I didn't have time to like figure out the exact progression of chords as a comeback reaction. But also the instrument that's being played on is a very sort of open sounding synth. So that open feeling along with like the crunchy minor-y chords just is even more off-putting. So you're like a little uncomfortable. Also, there's this line playing in the background that's like do 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 do, something like that, right? And it just made me think of like an old spy movie. Just like someone slinking around in the dark and like hiding next to a wall behind a door. Something like that. Just like other little things to mention in the song. Like I can't not talk about the bridge because the bridge is beautiful. And I'm so happy to have gotten a Haechan 10 singing moment together in my life. But also like the high note that they sing together. So their notes are only one whole step apart. You might think, oh, it's only a whole step, that's not a big difference, so you should be able to sing it easily. And I'm like, no, it's like really crunchy since the notes are so close together and it feels conflicting and like they're rubbing too close to each other instead of like a third, which is really easy, like do, mi, which is a third, and like you hear that very easily. But a second does not come as easily when you're singing these two separate lines that converge into the second duet moment.
You need to give an example because no, people who don't know music aren't gonna know what that means.
So a whole step is like, if you think about like do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, re, mi, do, mi is a third, but do, re is a second, which is one whole step. Anyways, I'm done now.
Okay.
Peyton, do you want a TLDR?
Yes. Okay. TLDR is NCT 2020 is back with their Resonance Part 2 album, and the first part, or the first music video, 90s Love, and our 90s kids' hearts are absolutely loving it. Like all of the references, all of the iconic movements, the sound, everything. Like wow, amazing. I'm very happy right now.
I wonder how many different sports jerseys there's going to go through for this live stages. Are they gonna stick to hockey? Are they gonna go to other sports? Because I know for the NCT Dream song, they wore like football jerseys. So, which I also really love that song because it sounds like the 90s. Anyways, okay, so that being said, if you enjoyed this reaction and also are loving this first release for Resonance Part 2, then please leave a like, comment, subscribe, turn on your notification bell,
Ding!
and bye!